and reverse and fix those things with simply nutrition. Dr. Esselstyn, I'm having like brain fatigue tonight.
In one of those movies?
Well, and these are the guys that wrote, that did a lot of the work in the China study. Campbell, Dr. Campbell. He was huge in the field of nutrition science. Cornell, National Institute of Health. And the problem is that, when you talked about the food guide pyramid, the fact that there are 11 positions on the board. 6 of those 11 are part of, when you look at across the board, craft, the dairy council, the meat industry, 6, over half. So if there's ever a vote on anything, they're outvoted.
I vote for meat.
Right.
I vote for milk.
Dairy. That's why there's 3 servings of dairy on just about everyone's meal plan if you go to the food guide pyramid. And that's why there's so much animal-based stuff, meat, chicken, everything.
And Dr. Wiles is just about upside down.
Probably. So it's been out there, and people they're treated like heretics if they mention it. That when you talk about, you go to your physician and they say you're going to be on this medicine forever. The average physician gets 2 contact hours of nutrition in their entire medical school career,
which is so
they don't
sad.
know what to tell you.
And when we talk about our products, we tell them, take it to your pharmacist about ingredients, because they know more about interactions of the things than your doctor. They don't know anything about nutrition.
Nutritionist, dietitian
and all of
would
our
know better.
Stuff is plant-based, gluten-free. Like the superfruit juice, that's what keeps me going with my rheumatoid arthritis.
Because it's such high concentrates of
superfruits for the anti-inflammatories. If I go 3 days without it, I'm like this to pick up this glass.
Yep.
You know?
Yep. And even as a registered nurse, I went through nursing school, and very little is it. You know, you're talking, here's the average diabetic diet with the exchanges, blah, blah, blah. Here's the heart safe diet about sodium, blah, blah, blah. But they really don't tell you what you need to know to be truly armed with preventive.
Exactly.
It's reactive care once they're already in the hospital.
And you are spot on, because if our medical field would focus more on educating them about the foods and the diet they're actually, consuming out there, because we have people numerous times that want to do the detox cleanse. They want to get themselves healthy. They know that they're in a bad place in their life and they want to make those changes. And we tell them that it's all natural. We tell them that it's plant-based. And one of the things they want is an ingredients list. And you know what? 100%, we have it. It actually has at the top, take to your physician. But the ironic part is our society, it is changing. I do see it changing over the past 4 years as being a health and wellness coach. But you see people asking for that to take to that physician. And you want to say, do you take the ingredients of the food that you consume on a daily portion? Like, do you take that ingredients list? Because you would be, amazed of what's in the food that you're consuming. And people are not, they don't pay attention. They think if it's on the shelf or if it's in a restaurant, if it's on the board when you're going to the fast food, that it's fine. And, but I do,
wrong.
Yeah. And I do say, I give credit because I do see, and it actually excites me when I go to the grocery store and I see people flipping over and looking at the ingredients list. To me, that means we're in a change. We're not there, but if you do talk to some people about detox and toxins and free radicals, they kind of look at you a little off base. No, well, my doctor told me to take this, and this. Well, that could be the case, but there are other choices out there in fueling your body with the foods that are nutritional, the whole foods that are healthy for you.
But tell them, here's this cheap gas you could put in your car. It'd be way less per gallon, but it will gunk up your fuel line. It will clog your air filter, and your car is going to stop running in about a week. You may not even get to your next job interview, or put this little better fuel grade in, and you're going to get better gas mileage, and your car's going to run forever, and it won't rust, and it'll be amazing.
Yeah. Unfortunately, our society a lot looks about right now. What can I do to get by today? For the week.
Quick, simple, easy
fix.
Yeah,
exactly.
Easy,
absolutely. We get that a lot, don't we, Brenda?
The thing that gets me is how people know that certain things are bad for them. Do you remember not too long ago that it came out that certain restaurant chains had PVC in their buns. Do you remember reading that? It was all over in the like Google News and Facebook News.
Well, if it was on Facebook, it's 100% true,
right?
right?
But it was never in the news.
Yeah.
It was never on television. And I think they have since changed the recipes that they don't include that. But that's why those buns stayed fresh for so long. Mm-hmm. And they had such a long shelf life because they were freaking plastic.
Trevor actually did a science experiment in 5th grade with a certain hamburger.
With the actual meat or the whole thing?
The whole thing wrapped. And in 2 weeks' time, 30 days' time, it did not change.
Oh, my God.
Months.
Oh, that kind of gags me a little bit.
You know that happy little tray of buns you can get at Thanksgiving? There's like, I don't know, 12 or 24 in the container, and you break them apart.
Yeah.
And they can be Hawaiian.
The ones that look like little butts on the top?
Yeah.
Yes.
My mom, for dinner, I love you, Mom. Well, we have to have rolls. Ugh, no, we don't, but I'll buy a set of rolls. You know that space between the top of your refrigerator and the bottom of that upper sort of almost a shelf?
Where all the heat kind of...
Yep. That set of rolls, because we managed to distract her with other better food, that thing of rolls got shoved back there somehow with things in and out of the kitchen. And sometime in this summer, I found that package of rolls. They were not molded. They were still soft. They looked just like when I purchased them, and I thought, oh my God,
that's a good refrigerator.
This is freaky. No, these were outside. These were in that warm, dark space in plastic, where I'm sure humidity kind of collected over time and came and went. They looked exactly like the day I bought them, and I thought, this is why we shouldn't eat these.
I want to give people the relief of knowing that a lot of times we'll do intake on people. We'll ask for a health intake, and we'll ask them some simple things. And one of the things is, how do you eat?
Right.
Do you eat healthy? What do you do on a daily basis? And 9 times out of 10, they will come back with, I eat fairly healthy. Well, as Brenda and I, we like
clean. They'll use the word clean.
Yeah, clean
So,
is the new
and
buzzword.
I give people the benefit of the doubt, because they really do think that they're eating healthy. So I take it a step further, because I really want to know. We're very hands-on. And I will ask them, so what does an average day of eating look like to you? Well, I will have 2 Nutri-Grain bars in the morning, and I won't eat all day.
So that's 500 calories.
Drink coffee, and then I'll have, a hamburger, pasta, or whatever, and that's it. And they eat at 7 o'clock. And so people don't understand. They think that they're eating healthy. So if they're not eating a bag of candy, or if they're not eating a bag of chips all day, they think that that's, eating healthy, and it's really not. And they think as well, because I don't eat as much,
Right. Well, I only eat once a day.
Yeah.
And they don't realize what that's
overweight?
doing to their
Absolutely.
furnace, their bodies. They have nothing to burn.
Their body is angry at them, and literally, I
It's
don't know when you're going to feed
stuff.
me.
Oh, absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely. I give that analogy, Deborah, is that, if you don't feed your body and you only eat once or twice a day, your body is saying, okay, Deborah, I don't know the next time you're going to feed me. So what I'm going to do is, the next time you put something in me, whether it be healthy or not, I'm going to store it, because I need that for energy.
And fat.
Yeah. And so then you find out later on, I've been working out really hard, eating well, and I can't get the weight off. It's because you have not tapped in to get out that stored fat, that you've done that damage for so many years. And we're all guilty of it. Mm-hmm. It's happened. And that's what I love about this, is it's educated me and get to know myself better. And we help other people get in touch with themselves and knowing, how to make better choices. So
exactly.
not a diet. It's a detox cleanse, so it allows you to get healthy, make good choices.
And I think that's why I liked it so much, because it not only got you jump-started and got your metabolism working again, which I think was one of my biggest problems, was my metabolism had slowed down, because I was eating like that, just because I get busy and forget to eat. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And it makes me so mad, because I know that. So now it's gotten me slowed down. And I have Zingular to thank for this. It's gotten me slowed down to where I actually prepare my meals in advance and bring them to work with me.
Yeah.
And I have the timer set just like Zingy or whoever it was that was Xander.
Our boyfriend Xander.
I loved it when I'd get the first day I got it. It said it's time to eat your protein meal with some greens. It's time to eat your protein meal with a little bit of grain. Well, thank you, Xander.
Yeah. And so, Deborah, you liked him?
I did.
And,
I loved him.
I'm glad because I'm going to give a shout out to our ops manager, Steve Alger, because he was just here in Michigan and he's asking, what do people think of that? And it's just another tool that we give to our members besides our one-on-one coaching. You get this virtual or however you say text, and you can communicate with him. And we've actually been funny, like, oh, Xander, is it okay if I can have pizza on my, my 8-day?
You can ask him questions like that.
I don't think that's a very good idea.
After day, answer back.
Yeah, he answers back and he gives you suggestions
It's
and
really
ideas.
fun.
Or even to the fact of, oh, Xander, I forgot my lunch.
Right, I did that one day.
And did you ask him?
He said, go ahead and eat now. And I'll adjust accordingly.
See, that's what's cool about this.
It was really fun.
Yeah, that's what's cool. And there's other things that are coming out too, Deborah. So you'll be amazed that they're doing more and more things to be in touch with how our society is, a fast-paced society.
And people like to be techie.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, they do.
But
they
and
really, really
the
do.
good thing is that now I built in those reminders.
Yeah.
Because it really did help me get back on track. And so now when it's time for my protein drink or whatever, it tells me.
Yeah.
And I'll go do it.
Yeah.
I've learned to listen to my phone much better.
So again,
than I
it's
used to.
helping, teaching better habits, and being more conscious. Life does get in the way. We do have, a cocktail, a glass of wine, or you might have some processed foods, whatever.
Not us.
Yeah, exactly. But you know what? That's living life, and that's why I love about this system. It is.
And the
forgiving.
gentleman that talks every day or at the end of like the 8-day cleanse. No, he
Peter.
did talk
Peter
every day.
Driscoll.
Yeah, Peter Grissom.
He said one thing that I really liked. He said, you know what? If you feel like you want to eat a little bit more one day, you have to promise me that you're going to work it off the next day. And I really like that because that makes sense.
Yeah.
You can adjust to burn more calories that day. So you actually have some products that jumpstart your metabolism. Tell us a little bit about those.
It's kind of like the system works in synergy with the food, but one of the number one sellers of the weight loss is the Zing. And at that, I think I can contribute to my migraine relief and my energy because not only is it a appetite suppressant, it's a thermogenic and it promotes thyroid function. I've done tests when I went, without it for days and I at first, felt kind of guilty that I had to take something, but it's all natural. So like if I was diabetic, I would have to take insulin, or it's not like I'm reaching for caffeine or my Starbucks, it's a natural plant-based supplement. And then the Accelerate is another one that's a thermogenic that heats your core 1/2 degree. And a lot of people like to take it when work out. One of the main components of that is cayenne pepper. But it's in a nice little tablet to take instead of eating cayenne peppers, I guess.
Right.
In the meal shakes, I love them because I'm lazy in the morning.
And they're delicious.
They're
I
delicious.
They are. There's a lot of protein shakes out there.
And that is by far the best tasting.
Thank you. Amen.
That's my go-to breakfast because in the morning something always happens. Life happens. The dogs get out, can't get out the door. I shake it up and I drive. So, the whole system works great together. We do the 8-day detox and it works in synergy with the food. If I only had a minute to tell you, you do the detox, you get all the crap out of your body. You're left with these holes. Those are your nutritional gaps. You start eating the proper foods and the supplements fill those gaps, the vitamins and the nutrients, and your body starts working properly and essentially healing itself. We're not doctors. We can't claim it cures anything. I just share with everybody I can how it's helped me and changed my life. And I'm doing things now in my 40s I couldn't even think of doing in my 30s. I ran 2 5Ks in the last 3 years. And my husband, Garrett,
isn't that something?
looked at me and says, you don't even like to run. Why are you doing this?
No one likes to run.
I said, because I can.
Right.
Because
I
can.
love that. That's really
Yeah.
cool. Something that you said earlier really caught my attention. And that is that you took yourself off of them, off of the different products